Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another vlog. It's been a crazy weekend. It's been a very big weekend. A lot's happened since my last vlog, so I'm going to try and get everyone up to speed in the lovely and wonderful life of me and natural bodybuilding, of course. So, as a PT, personal trainer, coach, this time of year, summer, spring, whatever it is, it's July, so yeah, it's officially summer. You do get a lot more interest in your services. So, you know, you've got people that want to go away on holiday, and there's usually weddings, a lot of functions going on, and, you know, is it everywhere on social media, like hashtag summer body. So, yeah, people just want to get in shape. So, you do get a lot more clients. Now, that being said, this has kind of caused me to cut ties with Masters Fit. I was there for a little while, helping them to build their brand, build their products and services. And it's been great working with them, but you know, I just want to use that time now to work on myself and my business, build my brand, and you know, help progress my future. So yeah, I've used that time to pick up more clients, which you know, it's been great. I've been able to really focus on that aspect of things while still having some time to do my own stuff, still have time to myself, a lot more time to train. So, you know, I'm not in a rush to do anything, any sessions. So this prep has gone really well so far. I've been able to spend more time with my family, friends, missus, you know, really plan for the future and also be able to execute that plan, because when you're so busy, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You know, if you're just constantly in that moment, it's hard to actually step back and have a real overlook on how things are going and what you need to do or what you should be doing, and you know, creating and like a bigger goal and a way to actually achieve that. So yeah, at the moment, that's where I'm at. You know, just really looking over things and getting there, making sure that I'm heading in the right direction to achieve like my long-term goals. Now, having that extra time is actually allowed me to do some other stuff. So recently I was on a podcast. I was guesting a podcast called Positively Selfish. It's hosted by a lady named Robyn. She's actually one of my clients, and it was a great experience. She's a great host, made me feel real comfortable with the questions, and the whole topics are great. It's about bodybuilding, the stigma you know, around bodybuilding, women competing, should they compete, and just everything else like fitness based, gym related. And yeah, we had a really good chat. And you know, if you've not seen it or heard of it, make sure you go and check it out. I'll put all the details in the description list of this video. So yeah, check it out, give her a follow, and yeah, check out the other episodes, because she has like a huge range of guests on it. So you've got some good content for when you're doing your cardio or going out for your evening walks and getting those steps in. Also, I've had a chance to catch up with the coach, the main man, Rob Waterhouse. He hosted an unofficial posing club at my gym, and it was great. The advice, the feedback, it was all like really on point and really informative, and always valuable. You know, learning from pros it's you know, it's something which everyone should be doing. You know, either attending posing clubs or having one-to-one sessions and really improving and mastering their craft in the art of posing and getting the tips, because there's so much to learn, even down to like minute details which make like huge differences in the way people look, and basically just bringing out the best in your physique. That's what it's all about. So yeah, it was good to see him and have him back on the UK soil. He's actually put out a few recent videos called Posing 101, and it's just like offers advice to competitors and just highlights common mistakes which people make, like just fundamentals, and it's pretty good. And I know that it's got a whole load of content lined up, so keep an eye out for his like social media if you're not following him already. Get on like Instagram and then give him a follow, because like I said, there's a lot of information which everyone should just be soaking up, especially it's free, so why not? So on the weekend, we actually went to the official posing club down at Evolution Gym. That is hosted by Steph Noble and Chris Edge this time. And the turnout was great, seeing everyone, you know, it's always good fun, good laugh and good catch up. Everyone seems to be getting on really well with their preps. Some have got some shows like coming up and some of them aren't doing them till later on in the season. But whichever way, everyone's at like a good standard already, and the posing look pretty decent across the board. But it is like, I can't stress this enough about how important it is to like get to these places. It's free, so if you're competing and your posing is not up to scratch, you know, you need to be heading down there. It's at the end of every month, like it was the last Saturday of the month. Now they've changed it to the Sunday, so you know, attend these classes and just learn and like I said before, master your craft and just get better, because there's nothing worse than like turn up on stage and not being able to pose. I've looked at some old footage, some old videos, some old photos of myself on stage, and it's like totally cringing and the way I was posing and doing some shots. So yeah, to avoid that, please attend. My advice to you, you know, you don't have to do what I say, but if you don't and then you look awkward on stage, then you've only got yourself to blame. I even got my client Patrick, you know, he's competing for the first time this year. He'll be doing a show later on in the season. He's looking really well, but he has some issues with his posing. He's been practicing himself, but I told him to get his ass down to the clubs, and he did, and he really enjoyed it. He found it valuable because basically he was following Lee Labrada, you know, and got some videos and tutorials on YouTube and stuff. So he was posing like in the way that Lee was suggesting to pose, which in general the FBB, the way they pose, the pros and that is totally different to how you would pose in the BNBF. So yeah, it was a huge difference. But I told him like in the past, I said you can follow Lee and you know, just get the basics done, but when you come to the club, you know, you'll have to relearn some stuff. And now I've seen him recently practicing the same poses, and he's progressed a lot. So well done to Patrick. So following the posing club, we've trained legs at Evo, myself and Danny. You know, we knew it was going to be a tough session because posing, it's not easy. They ran us through a few times, like a few rounds and that each, and it is quite tiring. So we had a meal and then went and trained. It was a good session, it was a decent session. Didn't lift any crazy weights, but we did what we could, and yeah, it was good overall. Like one of the things which really stood out in that session was like my poor barbell split squats. You know, it's not something that I usually do. If I'm going to do split squats or Bulgarian split squats, I just go onto the Smith machine. Don't have to worry about stabilizing anything, and then just load up the weight, which is good. But doing it with a barbell, oh my god, it felt awkward from the beginning. And the weight was all right, worked up to some decent weight, but you know, and the movement was it was not smooth at all. So that may be something which I'll work on in the future. I might stick to the Smith machine, I don't know. But we are heading down to Ultra Flex this Saturday to train legs. Absolutely love it there. The equipment's great, the atmosphere's great, and always have a good session. I've been twice, but we've had 2 good sessions out of the 2 times that we've been, so really looking forward to that. To be honest, the sessions in general over prep has been pretty good. Everything's just going fine, you know, touch wood. I just hope that I stay healthy. The niggles are actually reducing. I've had some issues like from earlier on in the season and before prep started, and been rehabbing some stuff, and you know, everything's actually getting better, and that's all due to just training a bit smarter, not like overreaching on any particular exercises or body parts and allowing them to to work, but just not put them under like unnecessary strain. I'm actually able to do weighted pull-ups, which I've not done in ages. It wasn't until about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago possibly, where I could actually do pull-ups without any shoulder pain at all. So I've just been working my way up in the reps and sets, just taking my time, focusing on execution, and the whole mind muscle connection, which I've like struggled with in the past, and it's not something which I've put a lot of effort into, to be honest. I'm not like a real big fan of doing pull-ups anyway. Like over the years, it's something which I've kind of neglected, but I do enjoy them and have enjoyed them like over, say, the past year or so when I was able to do them. So actually being able to do them weighted is a huge win for me. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm just going to keep taking my time to progress them. The crazy thing about this prep is that my strength is actually still there, and it's actually rising on like a few exercises. So I've managed to hit some PRs, and now this isn't usually what happens during prep. It's usually, you know, you start dieting, and as prep goes along, then your strength dips. But I've actually made a conscious effort to, you know, keep the strength high, really attack the sessions, really push for the extra reps, and increase the weight on the majority of the exercises. Now, you know, I don't log anything, but off the top of my head, I usually know what my top sets are and each exercise which I do. Well, the ones which I do regular anyway. So yeah, I just had that like mindset to continue to want to be strong and just grow and just build muscle. That's every session which I go into. I just want to maximize what I'm doing, and I don't even think about, oh, I should be weak at this point. It's just like literally go in there and just keep pushing, keep working hard, and yeah, it seems to be working. I've still got a shitload of muscle on me, I've not withered away, and I'm really happy at the position which I'm in now. If you want to stay strong throughout your prep, dieting, whatever, basically when you're in a calorie deficit, you know, you've got to focus on your nutrition, your recovery, and your mentality. During this year's prep, I'm actually on quite a bit of food, you know, so my food's pretty high, which allows me to perform really well, you know, a lot of food, a lot of performance, because I've got enough fuel for my workouts, which is absolutely key. You know, you can't expect someone to perform to a high standard if they're feeling fatigued going into a session, or, you know, just not got the energy to keep pushing. So yeah, food is very important. So before any session, you know, I've made sure that I've had enough meals in me. I'm not bothered about the rest of the day to that. You know, I don't mind dying for the rest of the day, you know, being hungry. Not that that's happened, but, you know, I prioritise my training. That's what's going to get me the muscle and keep the muscle and keep me looking how I want to look. Another thing is that I've not needed to train in the morning because I've got the extra time now to allow me to train a little bit later in the day, like consistently. When I train in the morning, I know that I'm not training to like my max capability. Performance does suffer, and it's not, I won't get the best out of each session. So even though, you know, sometimes I have a half decent session, or I think, yeah, you know, I've pushed pretty well, I know that if I would have trained later in the day after having more meals in me, I would have trained much better. Also, simply, it's not even just about the meals. Like in the morning, my mentality is totally different. So if you're half asleep, or, you know, just feeling a bit groggy, how do you expect to like push for those extra reps? I'll get that extra weight on. You know, it's an effort actually being in the gym. You know, I've done it many times, and so unless you're used to training in the morning, and that's the best time for you to train, not just from like how work is and how your day's set up, but like productivity. So if you train and perform better in the morning than you do in the evening, then fair enough. But if you don't, and you're just going in there for the sake of it, you know, it's all good saying, oh yeah, I'm ticking my boxes and, you know, training hard, you know, getting shit done, because that's quite literally what you're doing. You're just getting shit done. So you're making the most out of a bad situation. To work at your max capacity, you need to be training at a time where you can perform better. So, you know, don't kid yourself and say and go on like you're doing the most that you can. If you know that it's literally night and day when you train in terms of performance, for when you train in the morning to training in the afternoon or even at night. You know, train when you can perform your best, and that way you'll stay strong and maybe even hit some PRs like I've been doing recently, which is absolutely crazy. So as far as training goes during my prep, it's like the same all year round. It's still a bro split. I really enjoy doing bro splits. I just do a lot of exercises for every muscle group, and that's literally every muscle group, lots of sets, lots of reps in all different ranges, you know, from, well, I'm not doing many singles now because Rob says I better back off on that and do anything. And you know, he always has a go at me for my powerlifting, but that's what he calls it. But you know, I do like to train heavy, and I do like to get to low reps, so heavy triples is fine, but anything less than that, you know, I'm kind of pushing it. And in terms of risk, and you know, the main thing is to actually make it to the stage and be in good shape without any injuries. So you know, I'll push it as much as I can, but stay from like the 1 rep maxes. In terms of cardio, I'm still doing 2 30-minute sessions and then 2 45-minute sessions a week, and that's just a steady walk on the treadmill, and that's like dedicated cardio. Obviously I ride my bike on a daily basis, so I do numerous miles a week on that, and so my output's still pretty high. In general, it is just like every day anyway, just because I cycle to work, cycle to the gym, and now that I'm training in Salford, you know, there's a bit more distance there. But you know, the main thing is balancing output with rest, because previously I've actually like overreached in cardio and really pushed it too hard, and it gets to a point where you just feel drained. It affects your performance, you know, your physique just does not look the same, and it's like you have to kind of pull back and rest a little bit more, and then you know, your performance starts to increase again. Maybe the scales might increase, the scales might start moving and the weight decreases, and you know, and the physique just starts to look healthy, and then make more progress that way. So yeah, balance is everything. You know, I see people doing some crazy amounts of cardio, maybe too much. Everyone thinks more is better, and you know, high cardio, low food. And this time round, you know, it's not really what needs to be done. No type of crazy like crash dieting, just steady dieting. I started off in a good position, so there was no need to do anything like that. Just gotta keep it up, keep doing what I'm doing, and you know, hopefully the end result should be exactly what we planned for. So yeah, as I said, the cardio that I do is just walking. It's no particular like fat burning cardio, you know, it's just literally increase the output. But one thing which I've been doing is doing it pretty much always post-workout, and I would actually like to separate from a workout. I think it might just bring a better result overall. So if I can do it like morning fasted, that would be great. But because I do generally have clients in from 6 in the morning, and that's when my gym opens, it's a bit of a pain in the ass like getting the cardio done before then. So I might have to just go for a walk around the block, or you know, or somewhere, walk somewhere anyway, and then go and train with clients and do that. But that is definitely an option going forward. I've not been told to do that, but I don't think Rob will have any issues with me doing that at all. But I will run it by him, or maybe he watches this, I don't know if he does. But anyway, yeah, that is the plan going forward. But other than that, you know, the amount of cardio that I'm doing is, I think it's going to stay the same. I've got to check in on Friday and go from there. As I said before, the weekend, it was a big weekend, eventful, you know, a lot going on. And one of the things that was actually going on was the BNBF Welsh qualifier. It was a long drive down there. I didn't drive, luckily. Danny did there and back, which you know was painful because it took us about 4 hours to get there. We did stop at a very nice service station. I think it was in like Gloucester, and it was like, it had some like farm section, and that it looked like a restaurant. It's pretty decent anyway, but not that we could get much from there. They had some lovely like looking like pasty type stuff, and oh gosh, yeah. But we just got like black coffees, and then continued on to the BNBF Welsh, which was actually a very good show. You know, the venue, it wasn't too big or too small. and it created like a great atmosphere. You know, the crowd were good, and you know, they actually got involved, making a lot of noise for the athletes, and yeah, it was a great day overall. And then the competition was a decent standard, so yeah, it was really good to watch. And that about wraps up this vlog, not say this podcast, this vlog. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, yeah, all of that. Follow me on Instagram, social media, I'll put it on the description. But thank you for watching and spending your valuable time on me. I appreciate that. I hope that was informative and helped in some way. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask, send them across, and you know, I'll either put them in another vlog or I'll respond in the comments or what's not. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Take it easy, and you'll see me on stage in 7.5 weeks at the BNBF Midlands, but I'll be doing vlogs before then. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Peace.